something better than what I was going to play.
I fucking love it. This is so...
It just goes down. Forget this many for a second like that. By the way, this man is a toeman. No, footman. Damn it! I broke my own joke! There we go. Problem solved. Uh-oh. What was that about? The glitch making this game better? Because it definitely is. I'm noticing some minor glitches in this version that weren't in the original. I do love this. It's like, yeah, let's just have some animals here. Why not? Hey, buddy, are you okay? You're the mutates. Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm the elite sniper. Don't you know? The elitist. Oh.
Everything alright?
Elite. Dax is a side stream. Elite sniper. It's goblin ass. Just like me. This is ethical. Oh, yeah, that gets out of the car. I'm noticing some minor glitches in this version that weren't in the original. Fine, don't Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm the elite sniper. Don't you know? The elitist. Oof. Snipers. Oh.
Everything alright?
Elite. Stacks the side stream. Elite sniper. A lot of visual information. It's this is better than what I was going to play.
I fucking love it. This is so terrible.
It just goes dark. Sorry, I just saw it. Anyway, bye. I'm not doing any other thing. I do love that it's like, yeah, there's just a capsule full of animals here. Why not? Hey, buddy, are you okay? You're the new Tails. That's right. I've got one. My friend Gerald gave me a hedgehog. I don't know why he did that, but he sure as fuck did. Did you forget that cis men existed for a second there, Dax?
Yes.
It's goblin ass. Just like me. Oh yeah, you can just change the item. No options.
You have to go to the... You have to go to the menu.
Oh no! Jesus Christ, the road ground! Are you okay? What? Why is this farmer doing? Where you have healing powers? What? It's time! Pizza Dick! Yeah, again, by being a clunkier game, it's a kind of a better stealth game! What the fuck? Never seen that one before! Don't worry. Sorry, bud. Don't really want to deal with your shit. I'll be honest. Just so, you know. There we go. Problem solved. Solved. Uh-oh. What was that about the glitch making this game better? Because,
apologies for the...
definitely
Yeah,
is.
everyone. Oh my god, why is the game so much louder than usual? Hold on, sorry, I'm doing audio setup still. Yeah, it's just really loud today. What the heck? Is that an issue with my options? I'm not sure. Oh god, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Okay. Can I accidentally make it all louder somehow? Oh god, wait, yeah, the menu. The fucking menu doesn't load the audio settings. What the fuck was I doing? What the fuck was I doing? What was I doing when I was playing the game? Oh no! Oh bloody hell! Oh bloody hell! Okay, I hope this is good now. Sorry. Welcome to the stream. I am the Zo. I am here. I am trying my best. Okay, drug stuff. Yeah, a lot of this is talking to tight. Oh, I think I was going to do I think I was going to sleep at the start of this one.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting, but it's yours. You've earned it.
I couldn't find Calasia to talk to out of hours. I don't think there's anything else I could do. So yeah, I'm just going to bed. In my racist
It's
outfit.
not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Maybe.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Oh, the Twitch integration. I forgot to set up the Twitch integration. Son of a sod. Every flipping time. I'm zonked to hell today. No, it's not working on my end, and I need to... It's not your end that breaks, it's my end. I need to put in the detail. I need to tie it up to the same code every time I boot up the game, basically. Which just needs me to enter the token in the menu. Oh god, what happened to the volume? Why did it reset the volume? Did I hit reset settings by accident? Oh god. Uh-oh. I hit the reset button. Shite. Shite. Okay. No, it'll be fine. Twitch is set up now. And I've broken all the volume settings that I had a second ago, but, you know, hopefully I can fix that quite shortly. Oh, am I dreaming?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash. The bang.
Thanks.
The endless learning experience.
These are getting less awful as I eat more of them. No, I was wrong. Ending in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Thanks, you kiddo. I'm marshmallow. I'm struggling so bad. I'm zonked. But I felt like I definitely wanted to stream today for at least a bit, because after taking a break, I'm worried. I always get worried about forgetting. Yeah, the writing in this game's real good. Like, I presume some of it's from the novel they're adapting, but like, this is one of the best written prose-wise games I've ever gone near.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now.
Quinn, do not be mean to yourself. Your writing's really friggin' good. Like, my brain isn't taking this in right now. I'm just here like, Quinn. It's Quinn smart. Very good.
You can never forget this shit.
Rain, the snow, I want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes.
I have no clue what that means, Quinn, but... Everything's disco.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
It is! It's a tape! The dialogue looks at a tape!
Oh, I really am disco, ain't I? Oh, that's recording. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
Thanks, rhetoric.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
I'm putting communism for all. Time it won't fail.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
Limbic system, I think he misspoke there. It's the world that's changing.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Aye.
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
God, yes. No, that does tend to happen when you keep talking to me all night, limbic system.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the wind. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time. Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
What's going on?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
Have you seen my shit recently? I've really got it together.
It's good that your personal business is in order, but we're talking about political matters of world historical import here. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism.
I mean, we really should get on that extra 0.000%.
But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
I don't know if I want to go searching for mole people.
They're not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle. It's your task to find and join them.
I'm part of the coalition authorities. I've been eating communists this whole time.
Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives. Listen to this. Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion?
Looks down at racist outfit. Maybe?
Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all.
Will they help me fire up Mazov's socialist sausage grinder? I don't remember what this is in reference to. Let's do it. Say it anyway.
Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
Okay. Okay. Well then, how am I supposed to find them if they're hiding?
Let your nose guide you, detective. Yes, fortunately, communists are known to have a very distinct smell.
I mean, do they?
We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
What does communism smell like?
Failure.
There's not much failure in my life already. I don't know if I can take it. No. Okay, but what does failure smell like?
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise, but you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them. Incidentally, during the waning days of the anti-centennial revolution, a number of Revacholian communards constructed elaborate hideouts in abandoned root cellars, hollowed out tree trunks, and even residential sewage tanks. This latter phenomenon gave rise to the early anti-communist slogan, "The future's bright when you flush out the white."
Okay. Well, Quinn, I will agree. Anyone who wants to experience this themselves, I would highly recommend doing that. Because I'm having a great time experiencing it myself, and I would not want to take that away from someone. I guess I'm ready for communism.
First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact.
I have to sniff them out.
Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. You could also just look for more tangible evidence of communist activity. Images of Krasmazov and white antlers are usually a dead giveaway.
Now, what will I do once I establish contact with my fellow communists?
You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
Isn't that last part kind of counterproductive?
Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
All right, let's get on it.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below and no masters o'erhead.
Fucking amazing. Time to build communism. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Well, the first thing I should do is not wear this shit. Wasn't I doing something with electric chemistry? No, logic and drama. Oh, yeah, because I was trying to talk to Thingy. Glacier. Okay, so I should change into an outfit that's less bad. I mean, people do tend to pee on me from the bed. It's a terrible problem. Yeah, I was even using that because I was like doing this. Yep, okie dokie. That will be everything I can do right now, I think. Hold on, was there anything here I wanted to look at again? Probably not. Read the medicinal purposes of the Pale Book. I wanted to read that at some point, but there is a vaguely Columbo coat. Oh wait, was I trying to get rid of the expression? I was. Oh, I was trying to get rid of the expression. Where's my friend Timothy? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Hey, Timothy isn't here yet. Glacia? Are you here, friend? Oh, she is.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Now that Kim isn't here, let's talk about Sunday night.
Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer.
For you was only the room. Well, him in the bathroom. No, I don't want to admit that. Those things I remember doing in Elysium.
Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
You hear something? I don't know, from my room.
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Do I have any visitors?
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo.
You mentioned loud disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them.
Oh, that? Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh dear.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
This just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while.
Was I
Some
singing
of that time you were yelling along to it.
This is the smallest church in St. Nine.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room.
I guess it miles.
A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Thank you.
No problem, sir.
Let's return to this later. Well, yeah, that kind of confirms what I was thinking. I just... Oh, thank you for following Vegeta? 331 WNA? That's a lot of letters and numbers. And also, a spelling of Vegeta that you've done. Good job, buddy. I'm zonked, sorry. Okay, there's Kim. Hello, Kimothy. How are you doing, bud?
Yes?
Hold on a second. Try to smell Kim! Terrific.
The lieutenant's posture becomes rigid and uncomfortable as you lean forward and sniff the area just above his shoulder blade. The lieutenant is fastidious as a cat in matters of his personal upkeep. And yet, in the folds of his jacket, you can just perceive the stale and acrid traces of oil rags, transmission fluid, and brake pads.
He just likes making... He likes his cars.
Wait. There's something else there. Something that sets your GABA receptors aflutter. The lieutenant's aftershave, a common drugstore brand. Strong hints of pine needle. But what sort of ideological picture do these smells paint? Tough to say.
Do you need something, detective?
I say, you're not a lieutenant, you're a mechanic. What brand of aftershave you used?
It's nothing fancy, just plain old Tiger Super Special. Are you thinking of, you know?
Yes, your invisible raider. Think I should?
The lieutenant considers your mutton chops for a long moment. A slight grimace crosses his face.
Sorry, I'm really no expert on this sort of thing. Was there something else you wish to discuss?
No, I think that covers it all. Thank you, buddy.
Yes? What is it?
Oh, blimey. I forgot to talk to these guys after the karaoke, I guess. Well, did you hear that? Did you hear me sing? Did you like it?
That was pretty good, Harry. Wasn't it, Jean?
That was. Yeah, that was absolute shit, if you want my opinion. Drunken shit. Haven't wanted anything to end this badly since I had cluster headaches. Horrible. Truly horrible. I beg of you, don't ever subject anyone to this torture again. I mean, seriously, you need to...
Jean, he's not right. Don't make it worse. And I really liked it.
She actually did.
I mean,
Again? I can't believe this shit.
let's talk about it.
Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting time. There
Investigation?
is no time. So, do you know who hanged him?
You know, I've been telling you
I
this.
don't know. Why are you?
You know, look.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
I don't know if there's any additional dialogue I can get out of that particular incident. Hold on, are you a smoky boy?
Wait. No. Something about this bunch doesn't smell right.
What do you mean? Aren't they arts guys?
They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they? No, they don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you.
Meanwhile, Fahangus is shooting a furtive glance and mumbling uneasily to himself.
And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
They're all social democrats. Amazing. That's...
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
There he is again, the smoke in the balcony, right here in the whirling in rain. Hello, adjust your tie.
Hello, hello. So what brings you here?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I'm here to kick some ass and solve the case I'm working on.
Well, here's to you.
Where's the glass for taking a sip of his drink, froth closing mouth? Tell me about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend, the witness.
No, I don't think it came up.
What do you look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, do you have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Thank you.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
You were right, he was magical. Magically, I didn't... I did... You like him, I didn't. He's a government official, I don't trust governments. I should probably not say that to this man. I don't like him as much as I like you.
Oh, shoot. Why not?
Why was he staying at your place in the middle of night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
That even a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
Huh. Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Don't know where.
To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village.
Breathing and keep his lungs filled for a moment before letting it out.
Or is it just money? I don't know.
I would like to talk to you about you.
What about me, gendarme?
I want to get good at this check, so I'm going to
Bye-bye,
just
gendarme.
quickly change my outfit entirely because I need my composure to be as high as is physically possible. I want to know what's so attractive about this man. It's very important to me. I just need to make sure I'm getting as many boosts as possible. I believe I am. Hey,
Hi
buddy.
again, John.
Also, hey, chat. I'm going to press the button. Let me discover what it is about this man that Harry finds so endearing. I wonder what it could be. What could it be? I wonder what about this man in an open shirt with a fancy haircut, a ring in one ear, and a cigarette. I wonder what it could be. I wonder. Right, is that the oh wait, that's whatever.
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground?
I really wanted to do this one.
Yes, this man is definitely one of the homos. I've seen them homos with my own eyes.
Jesus Christ, physical instrument.
This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around. Become involved.
Electrochemistry, god damn it.
Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
Are you part of the homosexual underground?
The homosexual underground?
The smoker sits up immediately, his eyes wide with amused surprise. A honeyed smile lingers on his lips.
Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're part of.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
What about Thursday night?
Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
Boys conspiratorial look around. But why do you convene? What do you do?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebishol have to hold on to, the true symbols of security, the meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
I do like disco. Maybe we should get into it?
You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it.
Can't remember whether I'm in it or not. Well, if I can't remember anything about life apart from the fact that I like disco.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed.
Smoke crawls up to you like an animal preparing to jump. He circles his hands around you.
I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
This is going to be like a 24-hour mind project for me. 24 hours, 20 hours at least.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah!
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Goodbye, weirdly hot man. Okay, time to join the homosexual underground immediately. I was going for this one from the start. You see mysterious strangers in the night, leaning against unlit doorways, engaged in hushed conversation. Shadowy cabal exchanging looks, whispering in dark alleys and unmarked locales. A radical cell conspiring against the state, or perhaps even against man and woman. Was that a secret handshake? What's going on? Who are these secretive people? How will they accomplish their sinister and world-altering goals? And most importantly, are you one of them? Could be. Maybe you got. I fucking love this game. Did I gain rhetoric? Or is this just one where I can do it daily? I can't remember. Okay, oh dear. I do want to level stuff up rather than just sitting on points. I will sit on an emergency point at all times, but I've done the half-light check. That was one of the ones that I remember being a real problem for me. I'm not buying pants from Kuno. I think I thought I already kind of did this. Maybe there's more I can learn from Joyce at some point. Maybe there's additional stuff to that mission that I've not become aware of yet. That's a will take a while one, so I'm probably not going to focus on it. I am not drinking booze. I need to talk to Alice again. Okay. Should find Morel, the murder weapon, and armored gloves. I already looked into the special boss. I don't know why. Oh, I guess I have to. I don't know what else I can do. Using this Rev Arts, which may be forgeable. Whole story from Titus. Drug trade stuff. Scab leader about the tattoos. Okie dokie. So, and the map tasks right now. The ice cream maker is going to take a while. Not going to bother with that one. Not going to bother with that one. Sleeping dock worker's gone. Medicine cabinet. I've forgotten what that even is. I might want to boost my electrochemistry at some point, but not right now. Cargo door, trash container, measure head, doorbell, net picker. Oh yeah, asking a woman out on a date. Oh wait, conceptualization? I forgot what that check's for. Might be one of those ones that's not really relevant yet, but hey, let's check in on the bush. Not a cine size, you can see through them.
The man ponders his cooking. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Boss need more vodka?
Takes that bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits.
Vodka Borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself!
Necktie, I'm not
Turning
sure
it
this is
up
the correct
seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
No vodka, cut it. This... I think we don't want people to be drunk off the borscht, actually.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Stay masculine, buddy. Whatever that fucking means. Okay. I guess I actually need to make a choice for that one to end. I had this problem in my first playthrough where I didn't get very far as well. But let's have a natter with the Hardys.
It's you again. What is it?
Via the medium of Titus. Rhetoric boost still needed. Okay. Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprint. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
No, do the honor. You've earned it.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
Oh, fuck.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
Oh, interesting. Monopolize the drug trade, you control the drug trade. Which means that you can get rid of dealers, yeah.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I know there's still plenty of drugs out there.
No, there aren't. Some little shit and his dad are doing speed. Who fucking who? The stuff's probably from Jamrock.
Like, Satan's government runs all the off licenses. I guess it kind of is, except I genuinely don't think they're doing a good job because, yeah, one of the first people we bumped into is a kid on speed. Like, what's the point in controlling the drug trade if you can't stop a kid from getting on speed, Titus?
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man.
It was cool.
The place is a paradise. And all thanks to Hardy Boys.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so that's an admission without it actually being an admission. That's cute.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing, she runs the thing, right?
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
And size.
I know. Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
I'm just gonna clip that. I'm just gonna clip that for no good reason. Okay, just gonna clip it. There we go. I've clipped it, hopefully. Now I can use that sound effect when I need it in the future, hopefully.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
Dr. Joyce, the merchant, his friends are coming for you.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Crenell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
They're sneakering in the rooms on the bed, put their beers down.
Nervous, snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present.
Yes, they're forming some kind of tribunal, and they're coming for you.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
Joyce says they've gone rogue. No one's controlling them.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
He's really prepped himself up for this. He has to keep the fear in check.
Half-Light isn't just my anger, it's other people's anger. Oh, that's fun. Do you know a single Serenese giant hornet can kill 40 bees a minute?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
You're the bees, they're the hornet.
We're not bees, we're men. We're socialists.
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men?
The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will they pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
See what, that they don't?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor.
Takes a sip of beer to bide his time, then tries to get the last word in.
You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal.
Oh. So if I had seen the whole suit, maybe that would be a persuasive point. Don't think I'm going to find the whole suit, but... This Krenor is bad news, you know that, right?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals. Special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or Barmy Army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. Don't forget, we're listening in on their communications. Their shit is way apart.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
I mean, okay. I don't want to take a side. You know what? I mean, okay, I'll be on your side when they come.
Yeah? Just try not to get in the way when the whoop-ass flies open.
Beneath the whoop-assery, it's clear that he appreciates all the help he can get.
Yeah. That's the thing, the Hardys aren't good people, but they don't deserve to be murdered. And I will side against the mercenaries if it comes to that. I've decided that right now. Neat! I found someone who saw the hanging.
A witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this.
Also, it's telling me I've got one viewer. I don't have one viewer. I know that. One of you. Twitch, could you either let me turn the viewer number off or just stop lying to me about it? That would be neat. Thanks. Please. Thank you. Yeah, no. The thing is, both you and Panda must be watching this. So, they might mince him. I mean, yeah, no, this is a benefit. Shit.
That's just cop tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already roll on the others, and he's in witness protection.
My witness isn't a local.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised. This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Instantly give him his name. Let's say he's a high-ranking government official and leave it at that.
Yeah, right. Like we wouldn't know if an MI plant was in our town. Nice try, right?
MI is short for Moral Intern. Moral Intern is short for Moralist International, the coalition that runs Revachol.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
The witness said the hanging went down very quietly. No shouting, no commotion.
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hardy Boys are dead silent.
Bullshit, Shanky.
Yeah, it's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
So you know we're coming. Like cats. The witness said he saw two people with Arega Pages descent and one mask.
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. I already told you.
Yeah.
We were all there.
The witness said it looked like a surreal play.
Those flaccid MI cocks with their culture language. Everything's a surreal play or sublime whatever. Doesn't mean anything.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see?
I address anyone, no one. What if it was deliberately drawn out? He's surprised he didn't get a witness, but, like, he's not shocked. It's as if they wanted there to be witnesses to the fake hanging they were doing. Or something.
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know shit.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
He writes in his book.
You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the people inside a bit.
Enough about the witness.
Some witness. I pulled the same shit. Came up with some shit, then went and said it to people. Get a reaction. Don't have to go to cop school to try that.
You don't have to go to school for shit. I never went to school, and I'm doing great.
You're doing a hell of a job, man. Hell of a job.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretted.
I think I'm going to do that rhetoric check after the break, because that's going to be a long bit of dialogue if I get it successfully. But before I do that, I should put on some clothes. Because rhetoric's important. And I think I have a booster. I almost definitely have something that lowers rhetoric on. Okie dokie. Well, okay, seems the answer to that is actually, no, I don't actually, do I? Oopsie doopsie. Okay. Right, yeah, we're going to do a few minutes of ads. I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna lie down, I'll be honest. The bow tie does not boost rhetoric, unfortunately. The necktie might lower it. I'm not sure. Back in a bit, everybody. I think they are deliberately faking this hanging. I mean, that's kind of obvious at this point, but still. Did you forget that cis men existed for a second there, Dax?
Yes.
Yeah, again, by being a clunkier game, it's a kind of a better stealth game. What the fuck? Never seen that one before. Don't worry. Hi, Death.
Auto starting ads, and it doesn't put them in.
Sorry, I just saw a message from Lottie and she's a dork. Shadow T Hedgehog, and I say, suck my hedgehog penis. That's right, I've got one. My Gerald gave me a hedgehog penis. I don't know why he did that, but he sure as fuck did. Sorry, bud, don't really want to deal with your shit, I'll be honest. Just so, you know, there we go. Problem solved? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What was that about the glitch making this game better? Because, it definitely is. Holy shit. This is ethical. Oh, yeah, that gets out of the car. I'm noticing some minor glitches in this version that weren't in the original. He's a farmer? What? Why is this farmer Duke Nukem? It's time to kick ass and farm bubblegum. I'm all out of farm. Please don't clip that. That was terrible.
You're stuck doing the dirty work of Destiny 2, huh? I was supposed to slay an evil being too, but it threw me into a distant time. Come on, you bastards. It's good enough for George Lucas. It's good enough for you.
Fine. Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm the elite sniper. Don't you know? The elitist. Snipers. Oh.
Everything alright?
Elite. Stacks the side stream. Elite sniper. Anyway, bye. I'm not dealing with you. Let me on the ball. Yes. I do love that they do things like, yeah, there's just a capsule full of animals here. Why not? Hey, buddy, are you okay?
Yeah, not bad.
You're the new Tails.
Bad day for a hangover.
Bro, you have healing powers. Come on.
Get your filthy fucking claw off my trailer.
It's time. Pizza dick. Oh yeah, you can just change the eye expression or something like that, and it's toe options.
You have to go to the. You have to go to the main menu and.
Oh no! No!
Oh, the seats! I'm not enjoying this.
Jesus Christ, are you okay? Are you okay?
It's a good.
Hey.
Okie dokie dokie okie. Oakley boakley. Birdly doodly dip. That sure is the noises I made with my brain mouth. Oh, pardon me. Okay. Time to do a check.
Again.
Come on, Titus. Walkie porkies. Come on, buddy. Doobly doobly doo.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. Titus will never falter. But you know someone who might.
One of his boys will.
Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility.
Hey. Dang, Silver. Sorry about all the money being spent, but also Undertale, good game. I enjoy Undertale. Do not look up anything until you have beaten the game a few times. Okay. Boy. Oh god, yeah, no. To be fair, Silver, a lot of those tracks are the same leitmotifs played different ways. But yeah, no, Toby Fox is a musician, primarily. Like, that's why the music in those games is pretty damn good. Although I think Deltarune is a better soundtrack as a game soundtrack, if that makes sense. Undertale's soundtrack, you can tell he was composing for things like the Homestuck albums beforehand, because those musical things weren't background noise, they were music for the sake of invoking a particular character or scene, generally. So them being heavy on leitmotifs was good for that medium. While in the game, the leitmotifs are a bit overdone, honestly. They're still damn good, I love that soundtrack, but I'm off track because I'm zonked. I'm talking to a man about things I need to try.
Outside, under the rising sun, tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light.
That's it then, case closed. You're going home, Kim.
Huh?
Lieutenant raises his brow.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Oh, okay. Tough one. I'm going to scroll up back to the thing that gave me a hint. Their district and their responsibility. It's not about Glacier. Because you're a foreigner? No. Because you work for the wrong people. It's going to be one of these two. Because they like killing.
Yeah, we liked it. It was fun, wasn't it, guys? We had a great time.
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis.
He gets a hold of himself.
They kill you because they think it's funny.
They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Just for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Oh, okay. Ignoring Theo. Look at Kim first.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean?
Keep going.
Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
What, you're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Takes a breath, wheezing. Angus, you beautiful fool!
Shut up, Angus!
He was dead before you hanged him.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Hits Angus in the back of the head, a loud slap.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
The room falls quiet, so quiet you can hear Angus weep.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Also, no fat shaming, Elizabeth.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Off without looking back.
What just happened between these two?
Elizabeth was here to try and stop Angus and them from speaking to me. And she just failed to do that because Angus talked.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions?
You didn't kill him. He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod.
Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Glacier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
The rat-faced Snickers.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
Exactly. What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
Oh my god, yeah, no, he got shot. Window which got replaced.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
Plus he didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
Didn't notice anything. Oh, I think I'm actually gonna say I don't know, because I want him to give me information. What kind of shit are we talking about?
The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the Moor-Lantern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
If she's...
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So, who did kill the merc? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
Ah. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
Got any ideas about his past? His past, too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
He paused to think.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
Whose idea was it to hang him in?
In a manner of speaking.
What do you mean?
We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, though.
We're Hardy Boys. And that's it.
Sure, but can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
I believe.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Sorry I made you go quiet.
Me too.
Thank you, Ty. I'll go talk to her.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go...
Grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand and thinks of something.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
Still, after all this headache,
Still prefer if we didn't take it away.
that's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Yeah, slides his notebook. He turns to leave. Oof. Okie dokie, more leads are going. I'll talk to Glacia again. And for that, I think I need to put on a new outfit because I do not trust all of my senses in regards to her. Yeah, this will be a decent enough build. There you go. Let's look at the window as well.
this window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the...
Looks like it, yes.
You know which window has not been recently replaced?
What is this, guilt now?
Whatever it is, it's messing with your concentration.
Stop distracting him! He has work to do! Plus, if I...
Okay, no additional dialogue on the window. Now I know it got broken.
It's always good to see you.
He cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
Hardyballs told us what really...
I understand.
He puts her coffee mug on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this?
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
He reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
Is this part of why Irania is bad memory?
I have people after me. And they have friends in the moral intern. Some are moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
What happened here? Died.
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see. I could...
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Oh! Oh! Better not to mention it, actually. Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
Stands her arms at us.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I don't think they are after her because she's been on the friggin' balcony this whole time. She would have gotten shot by now. That shot was made for her.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Your cigarette, miss.
Oh.
I was a bus aside. Sorry this happened to you.
So am I.
Need to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
I just said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
You then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Didn't you run away from here? In fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What did you do to have people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol. Or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
There's a notebook.
The job was Loosdoen County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Looscop conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Looscop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
No, Papa, no, Harry. There are people worse than that.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people, too, not just C-suite.
Takes a head. Well,
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. there's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
Either.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
And after ran down.
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Is that the name?
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
That's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Thank you, Kim.
Why not?
Oh, they're not snitching on their boss. Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
Oh, visual calculus, no.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
You look at the ground, then raise their light brown eyes to meet you. And what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they...
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Ruby. Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot. It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausia.
People after you have killed him.
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
Right.
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Yeah, it probably did.
Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
He looks at the table.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer.
Which is an indicator of truth.
I don't trust your reaction speed.
Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
Oh no, half of my thoughts are simping for her. I don't think so. Why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
Are you correct, Drama? Are the game systems? I'm not sure if they are or not at this point.
Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then?
Evolution like God, maybe it was a lie.
She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
Maybe she didn't make the call. Oh God. Oh God. When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
Drag.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
No bedroom.
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Did you kill Ellie?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this.
Villains.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around. Close to her hand. A military weapon using jacketed ammunition. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out. When they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
I literally just wanted to do this to prod her. I didn't expect there to be choices at this point. Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now of you, the downstairs people, all of it.
No, it's too simple for it to be her. Don't.
Like what?
Oh, she does not seem happy now that I've done that. Done here.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Lieutenant does see you then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Well, I mean, you're gonna love it to him, lie about making the call, discuss secret route. Oh, I have to go for it.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and willow-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first. See?
I want to arrest her. Oh. Why have we not arrested her yet?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
You didn't make that call to the station.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
What am I overcompensating now?
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
You can open them. Someone coughed, it means nothing.
But I know the time of the call, too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you, officers. But I am now.
You sense a little hesitation there, or maybe even fear. The stress was on the wrong syllable. Welcome to the wake-up club, brother.
Your real name isn't classy, Ahmad.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
I knew it.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
He looks at it as a chipped white. Passport bullshit too, that passport to keep hidden.
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
Where is this boy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless.
The wind rises, so do the hairs on your back. Somewhere west, small bubbles rise from a plastic ball floating in the water. Rusty, the color of oversteeped tea. Long, spindly arms are spinning the boy around, turning it, inspecting it like a magic 8-ball, trying to find a way to snap it open.
Nothing is useless.
Oh, do it. Where's the boardwalk and get this boy out?
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline.
Anything we can do to confirm any of her story is essential. She's not going to tell me her real name. Her real name. I don't want it on the record either. I think That's... You're probably not even on 37, are you?
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying.
Damn it, drama. I'm going to click this option to see what it does, but I don't want her on.
It's Katarzyna Elysium.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh, her face is timid, almost so.
It's a Grad name, Jimsk or Yugo-Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, tiger, economic desolation, and rock music-infused alcoholism.
Hold on. Izar is not a Oranian name, is it? It's not even Mundi, it's Grad.
My parents were Zhimsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Elysium is my father's name.
I'll keep calling you. Actually, I'll just call you Miss Oranje Disco Dancer.
You can call me whatever you want.
I'd laugh. Well...
She nods,
I'm gonna forget
her
that
back straight, ready for whatever is next.
Hard choice. And one I... No. No, I can't arrest her. I can't... No. Let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
Fuck. Can't choose. Bloody hell, this game. Fuck. No, I'm
she
not.
She slowly lights another cigarette.
Let's return later.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all.
Oh. Right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
I love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see.
Say nothing. Let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real.
Why?
Easier that way.
Was it?
I don't know.
Real as anything. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one.
Time to put on the visual calculus outfit, I guess. I always forget what every single one of my outfits does. Time to put on. None of these lower visual calculus. Okie dokie.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Now the calculus.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Bell McGrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
The shot inside the room, a closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Okay, so I was considering the idea that there was a shot that came from the peephole, that they were at a different angle than expected, but like maybe it even shot inwards and went out through the window. But no, I don't think that's the case. Though the peephole may be how that someone knew they were in the room and could get out to do the murder. Any arguments against A prime the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Have a look at point B, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
A really good shot, but it might explain why no one heard a gunshot. B2, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Very unlikely. B3, the islet.
1 kilometer away. An unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere. On an islet in the Bay of Martinez, perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof? Please?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, B double prime, B triple.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Pretty plausible.
Two neon-lit shapes, a man and... Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
What she said, yes.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
Where's this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Kim, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
How old do I look?
How old? 58?
Oh God, that's really old. Really?
You asked.
If you're wrong, we're both wrong about the deceased. Don't be 40.
42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that.
On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
An average of Al Ghul near as extreme of that of death itself, would argue.
There's silence. Then a little more. Here it comes. Mercy.
Sure, you're 42. Let's go?
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on, I'm not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
Oh no. What's this? Oh, what's this? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, Ruby's orders are hanging. I might be able to get Ruby's location, but is Ruby's location relevant? I'm not sure. Bassia's boy. Tell me where the shot came from, going for the double checks of these. And date of birth generator. Your face looks like it's 58, and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. How long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walk this planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? I want to know. Want to know. Dang it, I want to know. Panda, I don't think that's accurate. Oh my god, there's so many of these, actually. Good grief. Oh, there's so much of this game I haven't seen. Just... fuck, man. Anyway, time to go where I actually intended to go. Quick. Let's... also fiddling with my... Let's double check the footprints with that hypothesis.
You clearly see foot...
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else, 3 weeks maximum. From the dusk.
This is good.
This isn't bad at all. It was a...
Large prints. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Back and forth.
Everything around you.
Yeah, no, so it'll be back and forward. The peephole is no longer an option. I filled it in. But we'll discuss it to people so they know about it enough that they get it filled in, but... yeah, I think it's heavily possible that somebody just came in and out. They'd have to know about this back room, and they'd have to have access to the key. And they'd have to have resisted the temptations of pinball. I think I have an idea. You do need to make...
Can I help you?
No, I'm not talking to you about the bill yet.
Yes? What is it?
Oh my goodness, I forgot to take off my outfit and I need to work out what this is. Blue uniform, mine's black. What does it mean?
It means I'm a patrol officer, sir.
Okay.
Again?
I'm gonna put my... You know what? I'm putting my pinball coat on. Frick it, man. Pinball wizard. Also, okay, let's... I want this to be a short stream, so this is probably going to just be another hour at most, but I'm kind of seeing the, what's the word? I need a break, and the ads are going to start in a bit, so, I think I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads, and then I'm going to be back, and I'm going to try and do a little bit more of the game, and leave it off at a nice point, because, yeah, I ain't finishing this shit. There are layers and layers and layers to this onion. So many. And only a few of those layers I can see through right now. Also, I watched Glass Onion recently. Watch Glass Onion, everybody. It's a good movie. I enjoyed the Knives Out. I enjoyed the Glass Onion. Oopsie, I like detectives. Bye-bye! This man is a towman. No, footman. Damn it! God. That's my own joke! No. Yes! No, click that. Take that context.
Oh dear. Ouch. Predictable. How inconvenient. That would do it.
I'm just the piss girl. I just piss all over the fucking place like a race horse. Yeah, again, by being a clunkier game, it's a kind of a better stealth game. What the fuck? Never seen that one before. Don't worry. Anyway, bye. I'm not doing you. Let me unfold. I do love that they do things like, yeah, there's just a capsule full of animals here, why not? Hey buddy, are you okay?
Yeah, not bad.
You're the new Tails! Say, suck my hedgehog penis. That's right, I've got one. My Gerald Rock gave me a hedgehog penis. I don't know why he did that, but he sure as fuck did. It's goblin ass. Just like me. Fine. Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm the elite sniper. Don't you know? The elitist. Snipers. Oh.
Everything alright?
Elite! Stacks as a side stream! Elite sniper! Sorry, bud. Don't really want to deal with your shit. I'll be honest. It's just so, you know. There we go. Problem solved? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What was that about the glitch making this game better? Because, it definitely is. Holy shit. What if?
Suits and boots, guys. We got something.
Why don't I just shut this door on them? Oh. Through the window. Wow, I'm enjoying video games. God, I'm dumb. A lot of visual information. It's Okie dokie.
It's you again. What is it?
I told Glacia, now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you've picked Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't.
Well, Quinn, I've joined the I'm thinking about the homosexual underground. I'm trying to work out when I was born, and I've gone. I think we know stuff about the actual murder at this point, possibly because Glacia could be lying about anything at all times. And now I'm trying to find Ruby while I'm in the location, I guess.
Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
As the gun's tight and last syllable is lit, the big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Oh, I already have a lot of info on Ruby that could make this check good. Let's boost my logic quick. It's trying to put on my logic glasses. Oh god, wait. Oh no, the logic hat. Oh no, the logic hat. Oh no. Oh, I need the logic. I need the logic.
It's you again. What is it?
Hey Titus, you like racism and logic, buddy? 92%. This is the cost I'm willing to pay.
Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected.
No, we can do this. I put on the hat and everything.
Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together.
Walla walla bing bang?
I don't know what it means, but it felt like the most appropriate thing to say. That's what the witch doctor would say, at least.
Such an idiot.
No one knows. You're not an idiot. Don't say that. This is a really big mess, and being a detective is hard.
Thanks, Felician. Squint your eyes harder.
Still nothing, but that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop, taking your time to present a theory. Why does Puzzleface get to not melt down? You and I melted down like crazy. Remember? Shush. I'm just more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? No. He needs to say, 500 layers and I can't remember the first line.
I just want to hear the components of the theory.
Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, guys.
I don't think it's her. I am literally just trying to find her because...
There's a spooky building west of this. Take a flashlight with you. Search the basement. There are secrets, magisterial, ancient secrets that may assist you. You could crack Glacia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful.
I think I'm getting much more out of Glacia.
Say, 500 liers and I can't remember the first line. No, nothing good will come of it. He did the right thing not saying that the last time. Just do what the nice, helpful guys said and don't do the bad things. It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should.
I mean, I know what I'm doing. I like you, Logic. You're getting more power. Just... Wait, what? Can I just boosted Logic. Is it...
It's you again.
Yep, let's
What
try
is it?
this again. I hope my boosting of the Logic has helped.
A sudden flash of light in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans,
Finally,
bullet
my
trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
So that's what you were squinting at. You were trying to come up with a theory, weren't you? That she did it.
Yeah, he was cobbling together shit so he could put her away. It's RCM 101.
Well, let old Titus set your mind at ease then. She didn't do it. She was here all night.
Good.
Sunday night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
Didn't go to the toilet?
No.
In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Culp.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
You do agree the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez.
And meat. Meat, no. Meat, this isn't canon. Meat.
Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
So a 72 chance bullet came from the roof.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
Analyze it on the spot. Turns out I can do that.
No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend. People talk. And what they say doesn't sound like a science call. You're a madman.
Those numbers were an ass pull, man.
Yeah, and they don't put her on the roof either. It's just mambo jumbo. He hasn't got shit.
There's a secret roof in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
Oh.
The rot looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Weird? How? You're wearing the pinball maker's coat.
You mean weird, Theo?
Was run by a fella called Nerflock something, who wore a yellow dust coat like the one you have on right now. Weird guy. Never liked him.
It is a very comfortable coat for such an oldie.
Okay, but how'd you get
I
up?
forgot I was wearing.
There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
From there, the door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Pinball machine's workshop, still operational.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
I just thought we'd bring some down, get some new machines in here.
Wow, man, can we? I mean...
That'd be awesome. I beat that royalist machine 20 times now.
All right. We can get the barman to bring them down. What else?
Have you noticed the winch out back in the outwall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
That's right.
That's wall mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
Also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints? Recent?
Recent, but they didn't fit with any of yours in the scene, Ruby included.
Goes against your little theory, doesn't it? Then again, I've known few people in my life who own more than one pair of boots, and occasionally do change them. Good news is, I'm still listening.
Remember that key I found here?
I don't like guessing, Cobb. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did as you got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old, faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
You just put it back there once she was done.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. Andy knows it.
Have we firmly established that Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
Already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns. The local pawn shop solved my lost gun. We weren't here. Oh my god. Jacketed bullet.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
Being up front with what I know.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy. She's connected to you know what.
Nah, cops in this universe don't have military-grade tech, meat. Especially not in this area.
So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination.
We established Ruby's gut running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
No, I've covered quite a lot of things, Titus, actually.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
All I'm saying is, from what I saw in her cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun.
Trouble? This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one.
He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory.
More chance that it came from beyond the roof.
Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 28% chance it isn't that. And And 28% is no small chance either.
Just making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't all fit. We are just sharing info, candidly.
Yeah, because, yeah, no, like... I think we are on the same side at this point. We both want solutions to this murder. I didn't say I'd prove she had the weapon. I just needed to find it.
All right, Carl. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Tough one. Not why did she kill him, why did she organize the cover-up?
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Would have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Oh, I'm not sure which of them I want to stitch up. I think Shanky.
I didn't do it, fucker! It wasn't my plan!
She killed him.
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, cut down.
You prefer to go on trial with your buddies as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
Fuck you, man! I would never fuck my guys over like that.
Speaks with indignation.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Vision. Maybe she thought it would carry favor with you.
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right?
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that.
I don't think it's a leadership challenge. I don't think I'm going to propose that. You have to see it. Things don't add up and we need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Opinion? That you said option. This says opinion.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
He is in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Don't forget the funny tie, too.
How can I forget?
You and I are going to dance in the moonlight under 1 billion stars.
Thanks, necktie.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else does Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop. Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
That through Kim Maya can opener?
You are insistent.
Anything else? You think?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus, this called heat. But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject. Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Fair enough. Good to know that my next few episodes will be taking place on the waterlock, and I'll definitely be finishing the game in the next 30 minutes. You have any clues on where she went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good call, actually.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Then we're on the coast, I should start looking.
Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinderblock town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
You know what she's doing with land frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
Oh.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
But Jesus, that's bad if you remember the stuff we learned about the Pale in a previous episode. The Pale's fucking bad, lads!
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
Not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
Take it.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
God, I'm not saying it. No, I'm gonna say it. You should be.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
Glad I said that. Because, yeah, that was a pretty good one. That was some good dialogue. Oh god, oh no, this thing's being wonky again. I don't know which of these is now allowed. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. Anyway, instantly take this flipping hat off. No, that looks terrible. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, pop on me patrol cloak, it's my favourite, and a shirt. I'll put on my nice outfit. Okie dokie. Again, which of you is the exclamation mark? There isn't one. Did I gain one and then lose one instantly? I'm not sure. The patch only says kick me because my partner put it there. Not Kim, the previous dude who's hiding over there in fake sunglasses and a wig. Yeah. The thick plottons once more.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours?
Yeah, and?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
What do you mean?
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
Yeah, the bullet was antique.
True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it?
Weapons on the Thimble Workshop didn't fit with the Odd Souls print on the crime scene.
No, they didn't.
Well, the bullet didn't have to come anywhere from the roof, it had come anywhere from the gun.
Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window.
Well, it was jacketed. Those don't just lie around anyway, do they?
Good point. It is rather rare these days, but do continue.
So far, no one has mentioned hearing the shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you.
I'm done thinking about this. I want to be clear, though. I don't think it's her. I think she has more information that could help me.
That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof. Lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further.
What a timing for that quote, huh? Jesus. Okay, but yeah, no, again, if I find Ruby, it benefits. I don't think it's gonna break everything. I think that, again, logic helped me come to that, but I don't think that it's definitely that. I think there's other stuff to this still. But I do want to try things. Anyway, yes, so... Oh, frick, the number on the armor. I'm not sure it's even relevant at this point, but I'm gonna...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find more about the owner of the armored boots?
Yes. It took some convincing, but I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Elis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S Kortenaer. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February, 09.
Neonatal care unit.
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2.
Jesus, Lily.
According to Klasia, Lele said his real name wasn't really his. Perhaps that's because he was fostered.
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol.
Any info on his foster parents?
None, officer. Sorry.
I do need to go back. He was found in a leaf compactor?
It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
So we have to connect him to Krenel's the armor.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
Well, you have his name and service record now.
A name. This is very good. Elise Cortenard.
This means something to him. To know that name. Like naming a case. It's important. Sometimes police work is about human dignity. About giving back names to anonymous victims.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions?
I'm done. Oh, actually, you know what? Alice, can you connect me to the 41st again, quick?
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
I'm happy to report that I found my badge, Jules. I forgot to call you.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
Okay, Do I tell them... Listen, I've actually... No, I can't tell them. I can't. Transmission over.
Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
There's some fellows here. Let's have a natter.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
There's a young man with piss written on his back. Yeah, he sure does have that on his back.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
Companion, simple yet elegant slogan. Fuck the world.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
This makes me think that, in fact, maybe they are.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Other skull?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
I'm so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmertine, or the Besmerti, the Immortals, are West Rivasholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
You know anything about the murder that took place here, random civilian?
Murder?
Never mind, this is useless.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna know jack shit. Do you know this goes Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
The young man's eyes glaze over, his voice filled with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
He has returned to whatever void he was just visiting.
Odd. There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're pissed and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
The rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the Skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization will accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
You don't feel very scared.
Are you sure a Skull would say that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're only saying practice things for now, so we don't mean no harm to the Skulls brand, or to you.
This is definitely something the Skulls would say, but we're not trying to encroach on the Skulls brand in any way. On the contrary, we're just here to market it.
Why does a criminal gang need marketing?
We think of it more like two franchises merging. You know, us two and the Skulls. I really feel like we would add more to the table. Spice things up here in Martinez, you know. Get the old machine of pain and suffering oiled up real good.
Yeah, I get what the Skulls do, but what do you franchise in? Youth unemployment?
Whatever, man. Work is for pussies. You wouldn't get it anyway.
So you're just pretending to be as nasty and vicious as the Skulls?
Hey, we could be just as hard. Like pavement on top of pavement. Or a brick on top of another brick.
Or a grave on top of a grave.
These kids have the vocabulary, but might be missing a brain. Wouldn't a grave on top of a grave be just a big hole? What's hard about holes? Filling them up, baby.
Who's Van Eyck?
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized.
A young woman kneels on a sheet of ice, as if looking for something lost ages ago. She bends until her right ear touches the frozen water. She listens to it crack, slowly.
You're saying I'm an old man?
Yep. Old as fuck.
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door. No wonder you know nothing about the future. You won't be there.
Nice, thank you, fuck the world. Why aren't there more Skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Enough about this, then.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jacket?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have piss written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
Terrific.
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What?
What I mean by this is, we are all pissed, and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Though he seemed lacking in vocabulary, it seems that the young man has expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That is a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Hey, kid.
Yes?
Think about it.
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
So patronizing when cool possibilities pop up.
What are you implying?
Yeah, those jackets.
For what?
The people with jackets, they wear them.
The concept of getting dressed is familiar to me, but wearing jackets like these isn't appropriate for an RCM officer, unless he's deep undercover.
In theory, Kim, if we were to confess jackets, we'd wear.
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just a medley.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
That works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Well, it definitely has been something.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
Demonstrate your authority. Ask for the jackets for yourself and the lieutenant.
These guys are scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here. It's either begging or bullying, or both. Just ask them, maybe.
Gentlemen, I need your jackets.
Why?
I need them. Do I have to answer that?
If you don't have to answer, then we don't have to give you our jackets. Doesn't sound like you have a reason.
Look at the shit I'm wearing.
Yeah, like he said, total shit. What about it?
I thought we just a cool look on.
The lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with his uniform.
Fine. Fuck it. Here. Take it then. I can't handle this sad shit.
It's true. He simply can't. It's called empathy. Wow. I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta. He'll have your badge.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
Wait, world fuck, you got a rich dad?
No. He's like a volunteer lawyer. A total bitch. Cites law and does dishes. You know what, cop? Fuck you. That's not what this is about. You're not getting my jacket.
Fuck him. We don't need his rich dad jacket anyway.
Okay, we don't need the other one. You said that you're more... Can I go? Oh, fuck, I said the... I'm allowed to say it, but also shit. Bleep that out. You got the jacket.
I'm not wearing that jacket.
But why not? You could just really raise hell and go undercover hard.
I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all.
It's good to know we have it, should the need arise.
The need will not arise.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops? Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
Well. Leather jacket. Up drama minus authority. Leather jacket. No fucks given. Wait, I'm a detective. Leather jacket quite recently belonged to a young man who possessed some intimate knowledge of the human condition. It has nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite a statement. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous?
Yeah, I'm right, I'm dangerous.
You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares to say a single thing about the jacket. But believe me, they are all very impressed.
Hey Kim, you like my jacket?
Yes?
Kim, my jacket, Kim. Kim, I got my jacket. I should probably have my jacket. I probably should wear the jacket at intermittent moments. Jesus Christ, I don't believe that worked. Friggin' heck. Ugh. Oh, dear me. I mean, I pleaded for it. Hold on. Oh, shit. So I was going to try and drive the... Oh, wait. No, I can't drive the car. What am I talking about? At some point it said I could fast travel, but it doesn't let me. So I'm just kind of walking my way to places. Making my way downtown. Things homebound. Oh. I can hear my car doing things. Interesting. There's not much really to do, but... Oh. Fence around her. And to give it a sniff. What are these doing in the fish? Cavalry boots. Interesting. I got myself a new pair of booties. Good old calf-length cavalry boots. Mount that horse and ride into the night. The heel comes in handy too. It definitely makes you sound good 5 centimeters taller, but it could be that it's also making you sharper, more perceptive of your surroundings now that you've gained a new perspective. You know what? I mean, it's a look, right? I just need to... Yeah! This is the optimum cop look, clearly. This is what a cop looks like. Exactly.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh?
I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighbourhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently, over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Really?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again.
Oh god, I forgot to interrogate him, man. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll be fine.
Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am.
That's great. Until then, you should maybe start thinking about the funeral.
Uh-oh.
Sire, she doth not believe it wasn't you.
Are you suggesting we should honour the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
An odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Alright, I mean, but organising a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
Lieutenant looks sympathetically. You don't get to do more frivolous activities like rejuvenate the Dune commercial area or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Be seeing you. Okay, so... Oh, hello! Joyce? What are you doing here?
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
He winds the mooring line around a post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives.
Imagine this guy walks up to you like, hello, detective. She's actually the end line around the post and trains her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
How do you like it here?
How do I like it?
Casts her gaze towards the village /melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Blinks her eyes.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Right to be scared.
Maybe.
Raiden, up with the grey sky.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
This fishing village?
No. They're in Celindian, Isola.
You haven't told me.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion, that's...
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me now, we have time.
Do we?
As his watch does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit?
That's all for now. You sure do think I have a suspect, huh? I don't. Anyway. Up a save, and I apparently do not have long until the ads start, so I'm gonna be getting off. I'm real tired. Oof. So we got a jacket. I mean, that's the real end of the game, right? Is wearing a jacket, right? I got a jacket. I got a jacket. That was important. My plan, you understand. What do you mean me? I'm Speepy. I'm a Speepy. I need to do a Speepy peep. Speepy peepy. Beep, beep, beep time. Beepin' and the speepin'. The peepin' and the speepin' and the deepin' and the speepin' and the... My words are fucking collapsing on themselves at this point, haven't they? Okay. Okay. I will be back to this on Friday. Because I'm just gonna keep doing this shit. Right? I want to finish my game. My game need finishing. I need to finish. I'm real fudging tired. I'm just... Who do I raid? I think it's Pank. I think Pank's just a good option. They exist, they are squid. I'm fairly confident they won't commit war crimes. It's the thing. I'm so zonked. And also I really should do I never do a proper shout out for Pank, even though I do the raids a lot. So that's it. Does that work? That does not work. Okay. There, that's the one. And then... I think this works as well. Of course.
Manuel.
Of course this is what
Okay,
happens.
this has got to end eventually, right?
Go to do Pank stream. You can do this shit. You wanna do that shit? You wanna suffer? You wanna cause a squid to suffer? You can. I'm trying to remember the commands that are free. Pank lets you do a lot of things. But yeah. Do a stream, have a thing. I am melting. I am so tired today for some reason. I'm not sure what's causing it. But yeah, see you all on Friday at 8 PM, hopefully. In streams, I will finish this game eventually, I promise. Eventually. Eventually.